But the problem is you can't learn this in school. If you go to school, for example, to learn how to do marketing, I can guarantee you, if you do not understand how to get social media, how social media works.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't get it.
Yeah.
When you put out a post, whenever I put out a post, I don't put out a post to put out content. There has to be a back end to it.
Yeah.
So when I put something out, like when you put something out,
Yeah.
there is always a rhyme and a reason. You didn't just wake up and say, you know what the hell?
Yeah.
Because that makes no sense. Because then you're all of a sudden your road becomes bumpy.
Yeah.
And you're going to have someone call you out on it.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to the young generation. They get called out on a lot of their ignorance.
I honestly, like, you are a fantastic teacher.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Maybe when you retire from this, you go and you actually create your own course.
I'm doing it right now. See, that's the thing. You don't have to retire to do it. I want to be like a teacher.
I love that.
I want to be relevant to what's happening.
Yeah.
So as I'm doing it in real time, I teach it in real time.
Yeah.
So the best way, and I tell this to all of my schools now that I speak on behalf of, I tell them the only way for me to stay relevant to some of these kids is for them to see me in my element now.
Huge.
It's huge.
Huge.
So video content, for example, literally everyone does it.
Mm-hmm.
The craze was vlogs. Vlogs now took a bit of a dip because now it's all about podcasting. Podcasting will take a bit of a dip.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, the magical question they ask me is, what's the next big thing? And I'm going to give you the $1 million answer. Who cares?
Uh-huh.
Whenever it comes, you adapt.
Yeah.
Just like us as human beings have adapted for thousands of years.
Yeah.
The next thing that changes our lives, we will adapt to it. Instagram will not be around forever.
Yeah.
But I sure as hell will tell you something's going to replace it. And
Yeah.
when it does, what are you waiting for? Jump on it. So when people tell me, what's the next big thing? I tell them, what's the big thing now?
Yeah.
Instagram, where are you? You don't exist. So if you don't exist, that means you're not going to succeed. How? You're not making anything happen.
People ask that question a lot,
For sure.
right? Like, what's going to come next? And I'm like, I think about that question, and I'm like, you're just looking for the easy way, right? You have like what you did. You put in all of the groundwork to get to where you are, and even right now, you're so like humble. You're like, but I'm not even close to where I want to be.
Nowhere near.
Like, right? Like,
Nowhere near.
who cares? I love that. I love it. Like, who cares? Do the things now so that when that comes, at least you have the experience and some knowledge
Correct.
to get onto that.
Correct. So I'm going to throw a comment out, and it might throw a couple people under the bus. They might get upset, but hey, such is life.
Yeah.
Life coaches,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and social media marketers.
Mm-hmm.
Not what I do, but the people that think that you can lay on a beach and make money.
Yeah.
You guys are delusional and have absolutely no concept in life because.
But it's so easy, Stefano.
Correct. So a life coach, I get that certain people deal with stress and anxiety, and
Yeah.
they need a certain person to push them in the direction, and I do it on a constant basis because a lot of people that have suffered from a lot of things, they do follow me just to hear my uplifting comments.
Sure.
But those people that they try to put into your minds, and I'm not just talking about the people on Instagram, but the people who market themselves as, hey, I made $1 million, here's how, blah, 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 blah. Those people are doing a disservice to us because if you honestly think, and I'm telling you, if you honestly think you can lay on a beach, okay, here's the thing. A lot of people think that they can get a client, charge them anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month, which I do on a daily basis, and think you don't put in the work, you just give them some advice, and you think they're going to give you money like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
They work hard for their money, so you're working double as hard. And so let me ask you a question. How are they going to get creative if you're not providing them any creative content?
Yeah.
You're going to just tell them, hey, do this, do that?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to pay you anything. You have to put in the time and the effort and the work. The day that you sit on a beach and make money is the day that you've established yourself that you can now hire a team around you to work.
Yeah.
But there's still work to be done.
Yeah.
Because revenue, it does not come from pretending that you are an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur's life is lonely, it's boring at times, and you have no friends because of the hours you put in. I mean this.
I wish you were a fly on the wall when I had spoken to one of my office managers, Sam Hewitt, and she's like, how is it? You're full time now, like 2 weeks into it, like, and I'm like, it's lonely. Like, it is lonely. Like, I go into a school, elementary school, I have like 200-300 kids be like, Mr. Kim. I love it. It's so much energy. Now it's like entrepreneurship, it's lonely. It is a grind every single morning.
So here's the thing, Steve. No one cares if you fail.
Yeah.
Okay. The only people who care if you fail are the people who cared when you were not failing. When you were a teacher, you had a support team. And now that you're doing real estate full time, you have a support team. I can promise you though, Steve, if you fail, a lot of that support team is going to disappear. And that's just life, and it's okay. Some people are like that. They jump on the bandwagon. That's fine. But I'm going to tell you something. If you don't succeed for yourself, no one's going to do it, man.
Yeah.
That's life. I always say to everyone, if you are comfortable to speak in public and one-on-one with someone, there's one thing that you can definitely do, and that's you can be a successful business person. Because the biggest problem that people tend to have is they do not know how to speak their mind. They do not know how to speak in public. And a conversation, you can see when a conversation just cannot push any longer, and there's a lot of right, it's okay. So it's like trying to move yourself out. But when a conversation similar to this one, where it's like, oh man, I don't want this to end, that's when you know you're contributing to society.
Yes.
And creative content on Instagram falls under that category.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you something right now. There is a lot of real estate agents, and I won't name names.
Huge, yeah.
But they put out idiotic content that will never help sell a house. They promote themselves as the best when they haven't sold a house in months.
Yeah.
And they're advocates on if you don't buy a house through them, then you've done a big mistake. And I tell them straight to their face, the main issue is that you're not looking in the right places. You are trying to get a client by putting out content that nobody cares about but yourself.
The short game. Right?
Very short game.
Like, it's the short game.
Very, it's get that quick buck.
Yeah.
No one thinks long term anymore, Steve. That's the problem. That's where I advocate. That's where
I know. That's why I'm really excited that you're
long
here.
Term. So, Steve, here's the process. If you want this to succeed, this podcast, you're at podcast 5, I think.
Yeah.
5. You need to get to 50.
Yeah.
And at 50, you and I are going to have another sit down. And
oh,
talk
for
about
sure.
It. Because
I'm going to time out. Stefano is committed to coming on podcast 50 because I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep going and going and going. Correct. So episode 50. So I'm going to hold you to it. No matter how big you get.
I'm going to be here.
Okay,
There's a reason why I know we're on 5.
Okay, yeah, I know, right?
So, and this is why. If you create content in a way where you see longevity, you see longevity. So at the end of the day, it has to be what you want.
Yeah.
And if this is the short game. The short game is, all right, you know what? I got $10,000 in debt. If I quickly do these jobs, I'm debt free. Then I can just bum around. Yeah. I'm good. That's a short disaster of a game. And that's where I was. That's why I again hit rock bottom.
Sure.
So my long-term game with every client I deal with, it starts at a minimum of 3 months.
Okay.
Starts. Because I can't give fake promises. Social media does not work like that. Social media is a game of the runner.
Yeah.
You can't be the sprinter. The sprinter will run out of gas.
Yeah.
The runner will outlast you.
Yeah.
So just as the great Gary Vee says, you can't pretend to win the long-term game if you're killing it now, but there's no gas station in sight. Because you're gonna run out, and when you do, those people that filled up when you just decided to go are gonna blow past you, and then you cannot catch them after.
Yeah.
So the thing is that there's a big shift in society right now. There's a lot of bad information, some good information. A lot of short-term comings, very little long-term comings. It's a very seesaw thing now.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that the big waves are very negative, terrible solutions.
Sure.
And the small little ones, the ripples that you get more often than the big ones.
Yeah.
See, that's the way I think people's minds should go. The ocean is as old as the world.
Yeah.
And the big waves come few and far.
Yeah.
But the ripples are constantly
always there. Yeah.
So if you look at the end game as causing a ripple effect, that ripple effect eventually spreads bigger.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. When a big wave comes and smashes, it smashes everything.
Yeah.
But that ripple effect hits a lot more people.
Yeah.
You know, that wave will hit that poor saps that are right there, but those ripples is going to go across the whole beach line.
Yeah.
That's the way life is. You have to go through the whole beach line, not that big wave.
I love that. Again, that just speaks to the long game versus the short game. But would you say, though, with the rise of social media, like those big waves, social media influencers, pay me $500, pay me $1,000, everyone wants to take the easiest route, big wave. They're not willing to put in the time, 6 a.m. till 2 a.m. I looked at it. I was full-time teaching, so from 7 a.m. till 4, no real estate because I'm at my other job. But I'm up at 5 a.m. I'm doing what I'm doing, my gratitudes, my working out, all that stuff until 7, get the kids ready off to school. 4 o'clock, I'm at school. And then from 4 until like 12.
Correct.
Right? Just the push. People, they look at you now, where you are now, and they're like, oh man, so easy.
Always.
Oh, it must be so easy for you,
Always.
right?
Always. So here's the thing. You touched on something that it needs a bit more information. Influencers, collaboration is what will make it now.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. If you have an idea, okay, this is what I do on a daily basis. There are a couple of people I'm collaborating with that are very smart in their marketing strategy. Now, here's the thing. Imagine the way you perceive life now should be the way Steve Jobs did. Steve Jobs, he did not revolutionize, he did not create from scratch the music industry. He just put a spin on it. He created online content, which then became $1 billion business. Imagine social media as such. Let's say, which I just recently did, and I'm glad this is a live, real example. I look at collaborators now and influencers as a gateway to create more revenue for my client.
Okay.
So I have a client in the cosmetic world, and I started to scour. I created amazing content with them, but now we've reached another phase in our long-term process. How can we take our budget for advertising and put it into real people? Okay. So I've taken an influencer that I've already done my research based on their views, their likes, their comments, their engagement to see if they're really legit, because unfortunately the world is full of fake stuff. It's okay. That's another day.
Episode 50.
Right. We'll get there. And I've taken these collaborators, and now what I've done is I've made it a 3-income business. I'm making money from getting my client money. My client's making money from getting a collaborator. The collaborator's making money from providing content that will be distributed from their client, from their people.
Yeah.
So I think influencers, they found a trick.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you owning a business. Like Elon Musk said, he owns Tesla.
Yeah.
And he said, I will not hire a Harvard graduate if a dropout is better.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. But if someone found a better way to roll it, hire that person, because it's going to be better long term for your client. Yeah. And everyone's winning because everyone's making money. So that's why influencers is a very big deal moving into 2021. Yeah. Not now yet. Yeah. Because influencers are still like podcasting. Podcasting's been around for a long time.
A long time.
Just recently has it had a big push all over again. Yeah. So you need to take what we've learned, what we've failed at, and now put a new spin to it. Collaborating with influencers, it's better than word of mouth, because they're the ones giving word of mouth. By association, people are trusting the organization. Yeah. Okay? So for all of the people for centuries that they got, see, this is where I think big companies are so ignorant. Companies like Dior, Louis Vuitton, all of these ignorant companies now that they're not relevant anymore, they're getting all of these celebrities. When these celebrities, they do not attract the average consumer. Yeah. You need to get the average consumer. You need to go on Instagram. Yeah. Find yourself an influencer that's powerful on YouTube and powerful on Instagram, and put them on the commercial, and then they'll sell the crap out of things.
I want to ask you this question because I was talking with one of my best friends about this. Define the influencer, because I watch people very carefully, and I think that's just almost 16 years of teaching, watching behavior. These people who have 25,000, 40,000 followers, 60,000, and there's like 70 likes, 110 views.
It's an easy answer.
They bought them.
1,000% they bought them. It's just simple mathematics. So Instagram, here's a little tip for everyone. If you want to be a social media marketer, an influencer, a creator on the social media platforms, you have to learn math. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I don't mean 1 + 1. I mean the actual process of elimination, mathematics as a whole when it comes to social media math. Yes, they bought. Is it wrong? Yes and no.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Oh, I'm interested. Yes and no.
Here's the thing. I do not advocate buying anything. However, currently, until the new update comes, this is the thing people don't realize. Currently, a lot of people are very confused because you can buy followers. So I can put you to 200,000 right now. I can buy likes.
You get it all the time.
Yeah, no worries.
Right?
Yeah,
your content's amazing. It needs to be seen by more people. Let me help you grow your followers to 100,000, right?
So this is what's gonna happen. Let's say, Steve, this is what I'm gonna do for you. You put out the thumbnail for this podcast.
Yeah.
And I'll put on so I'll give you 100,000 more followers. Okay. I'll give you mathematics. So I'll give you 16,000 views. So that equals to 10%, which is the average of Instagram followers to views.
Okay.
To make it real.
Sure.
I'll buy 600 comments that are relevant to the post. Okay. And no one will be the wiser.
This is wild.
So
this is new for me too.
Correct. So here's what will happen. You will be noticed by very big people. Okay. And they're going to invest in you because big companies are too ignorant to hire young marketing people to tell them the trick of what's happening on social media. So they're getting bamboozled by people who are buying. So basically, big companies invest in robots, and they get jack all back because those robots do not really engage with you. So all of a sudden, you're spending $5,000 a month for an influencer, and you're looking at them like, why the hell don't I have any return? And I'll tell you why. Because the big game is all about who has the bigger you-know-what. Now, here's what Instagram finally woke up to because a lot of creators brought this to their attention. In the coming weeks, they're going to do a beta run, and then they're going to do a reel, and I know it's going to pan through. In their new update, they're getting rid of views and likes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
So now, you know what it's going to come down to?
Wow.
Creativity versus creativity.
I love it.
And then my clients already know we're about to smash things up because with my content, game over. So this is a game changer for a lot of people because it's frustrating to see these influencers or these companies with millions of followers, but mathematically it doesn't make any sense and people will not look at you because you're so small. Now, I know that there's real estate agents, I will not name names, that they have 30,000 followers. They don't have to, they can put their 30,000 followers somewhere because they don't have it. They don't have it. They're not fooling me, but they're fooling their buyer.
No, you're right. Like, I have, I don't know, this morning I checked and like 1,500 followers. I'm not an influencer, but I'm staying my course. I'm speaking my truth. I know where I need to go, and I know every single day when I'm posting stuff, there's a reason for that. It's strictly speaking the truth. Now, if Instagram gets rid of views and likes, will we see more fake people? Will we see...
Not fake people. But you are going to be seeing a new competition born. And the competition is creating the best content.
Which it should be.
Which it should very well be. But the problem is that now people, every client I deal with, and I love them all, honestly, but I'm so real with them. I said, if you and I are going to do any business, don't tell me about followers, don't tell me about likes, don't tell me about views. Zero.
Get rid of that stuff.
You got to work on algorithms is the number one. Content creation and how you can properly allocate your budget in proper sponsored ads. So you can buy ads, and that is the most effective way cost-wise to do it, because Google every year and every month they're upping their value. Instagram, same deal. Facebook, same deal, because they know how valuable it's becoming. And that is the best way to reach the most people on the best buck. So I think that hoping that this update comes to full fruition, you're going to start seeing some incredible content across the platform that then give people like you a fighting chance versus the real estate market that there's a lot of fluff. And once that fluff gets dissolved, man, we're cooking.
And the thing is like, Stefano, you're probably exactly the same way that I am. I don't pay attention to what other agents are doing. I know what I need to be doing, and I know where I need to go.
I mean, to a certain extent. It's always good to stay aware.
I agree with you. I don't want to do the same listing videos that you see everywhere on social media. I won't do it. I won't do it. And because of that, I know I'll lose business. Because I know some people were like, this guy's he's just a jokester. He doesn't take it serious enough. But that's me speaking my truth. That's my personality, right? I find tremendous value in that. I will never shy away from that. Like if someone was like, I'll give you a $10 million listing, but you need to be professional from point A to point Z. No jokes, no nothing. You just got to be cutthroat. I'm not the agent for you.
Not your character.
It's not who I am. I love what I do. I look at every property as a blank slate. How can I just really tell that story?
So I'm gonna.
Sorry.
Just tell you that I have to unfortunately leave in 10 minutes.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna blaze through all these podcast episodes to get you back on 50.
But I do want to say one thing that I think is going to help a lot of people.
Yes.
When it comes to, for example, I created a podcast myself. And It's called Building an Empire.
You got to check it out.
Okay. A lot of people say that I'm a complete fool for doing it because I give a lot of the secrets of my success. And here's what I tell everyone. There's enough money for everyone to become wealthy.
Yes.
And there's enough opportunity for everyone to really win at the end game.
Yeah.
For the people that have this assumption that there's don't give away too much of your secrets, the real secret that you can never give away is what happens up here.
Yeah.
You know in your mind what's happening. So for example, whatever I say on my podcast or here or in real time or whatever, I'm always 10 steps ahead in here. That I'll always know the answer to the question that I'm asking people.
Yeah.
And I won't give the answer out. So I'll give a hypothesis over it. I'll give them a general idea over how to achieve certain things. I know the answer to it, but it's for you to figure out how it works best for you.
Yes.
It's like you. If you think that this podcast will run the right way this way, no one should give their input on it except you, because you have ultimately your reasoning behind making the podcast to begin with.
Yes.
And so if you have people on like me, you know very well, all right, Stefano's going to be able to provide this much information. I don't expect him to teach me how to sell homes, but I know that this is where I want to go with it. It's like that.
You're teaching everyone how to be a good person. That's why you're here, right?
I mean, humility, man. I mean, to be humble, people forget to be humble because they have so much given to them already.
Yeah.
And they're forgetting that they're not entitled to it.
Yeah.
Entitlement, I think, will be the demise of a lot of young people.
Yeah.
They're not entitled to. This is not a swearing podcast, so I'm going to leave it very PG. They're not entitled to it because of there's an overwhelming amount of information that they have all this entitlement. I do blame teachers, man.
Yeah.
I really do, because they give them this idea that when they get out of school, they can get all these jobs. They're facing against me. Their competition, which I tell them all the time, is me. You won't fool me, and you're not going to beat me, not with that attitude.
Yeah.
And if you're really, really, really talented, show me by being humble.
And kids need to fail. And we need to celebrate those fails.
I wish they didn't, man, but they have to.
But they have to, though. Kids actually need to fail. But I know you're running short on time. I'm going to end off with 3 questions.
Sure.
These 2 questions, they're a little bit lighthearted because we got into some really heavy stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So on a little bit of a lighthearted note, Stefano, what's your all-time favorite food dish?
You know what? Being Italian, I got to throw in, I love my pasta.
Yeah?
I'll be honest with you. I love pasta. You know, you ever have that comfort food?
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that when people tell me why do you love it so much, it's because it gives me that comfort.
Yeah.
It's something that keeps your stomach feeling nice and full, and it maybe gives you childhood memories.
Yeah.
So pasta for me is like a very comforting food.
Love it. Number 2, what's your fondest childhood memory? It could be silly. It could be funny.
What? Fondest childhood memory, to be very honest with you, and this is completely left field. I did martial arts for 21 years.
Wow.
So my fondest childhood memory is the very first time that I actually won my very first fight.
Get out of here.
It had such a profound impact because I lacked confidence.
Yeah.
I've never had confidence just because of just past judgment and ridicule, getting bullied in school, the whole 9 yards. That's why I'm a very strong advocate against bullying.
Me too.
I don't stand for it, and I've created a lot of awareness, and I had my bully video gone viral. I made a short film, gone viral.
Yeah.
And that the reason why this memory is so important to me is because that's when I beat adversity. It made
so huge
because a lot of people, they just can't seem to get that moment of confidence. It could take, even when they're 50, they don't get it.
You're right.
So me, when I was 11, around that 11 time, I gained it when I won my very first fight, and it's like massive.
That's insane. Well, congratulations, and I will never pick a fight with you.
No.
And then the last one, Stefano, I ask all my guests is, Stefano, what does it mean to you to be great and be kind?
If you haven't listened to the whole show yet,
Yeah.
To the true meaning to be great and be kind is saying it without saying it. Bruce Lee was my mentor.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee is probably the one person in life that created my sense of awareness and ability to understand that being great means that you have to be below other people, and to be kind, and to
That's
be
huge.
kind means that someone one day will come to you and say to you, I wish I had more money to hire you. And at that point, you stop being Stefano, and you start saying, I will help you even if you have no money.
I love that, man.
And I literally have a client, absolutely incredible. And when I say incredible, I mean I'm going to help this person with every knowledge that I have. And when the time came and they dissolved the information to me that they wished they had money to hire me, that's when I said I will do it for free.
I love that, man.
And that is to be kind.
That is wild, and that is why you're such a gracious, genuine, humble, fantastic human being. And I'm so honored that you're here.
Pleasure's all mine, man.
No, it's amazing.
You're the famous Steve Kim. Are you
The
joking?
famous kid, no way. Yeah. But anyways, I just want to say thank you for everyone for sharing your valuable time to listen and to learn from Stefano.
Thank
you haven't checked him out, you gotta do it. TTL Films, you gotta look at it for the motivation. Kind of just him be just showcasing, highlighting him being just an amazing human being. And as always, like I end every single one of my podcasts, be great, be kind, have a fantastic day, everyone. Stay blessed.